Do you ever feel like the world expects you to just quietly slow down after 60, to gently ease into the background? Like there's an invisible age where you're supposed to trade in vitality for slippers and the evening news. It's a subtle shift, isn't it? One day you're feeling mostly the same, and the next, there's a little less spring in your step, a touch more fog in your thoughts, a sense that your body just isn't quite keeping up anymore. Maybe you've noticed friends, or even yourself, accepting aches and pains as inevitable, dismissing dwindling energy as just getting older, or quietly battling a creeping sense of loneliness or a loss of purpose. It's a painful reality that many men over 60 face, often in silence, convinced that this decline is simply the unchangeable course of nature. But what if I told you that much of this isn't an inevitable part of aging, but rather an epidemic of unspoken issues that we've been conditioned to accept? It's a widespread challenge, a silent decline in vitality, mental sharpness, and emotional well-being that truly no one talks about enough. The secret: it absolutely doesn't have to be this way. In this video, we're going to pull back the curtain on this often ignored epidemic and uncover powerful, surprisingly simple habits that will help you reclaim your energy, sharpen your mind, strengthen your body, and rediscover a profound sense of purpose. We're talking about practical, real-world strategies that can dramatically improve how you feel, think, and live. Stick with me to the very end, because what I'm going to share will truly open your eyes to the possibilities and empower you to live your best life, vibrant and full. No matter your age, let's dive right into the first key, the one that often feels like the hardest battle to win but delivers the most profound results: how we move our bodies. For many men over 60, the accepted wisdom seems to be, just keep moving. We hear it all the time, don't we? Go for a walk, stay active. And while walking is certainly good, it's often not enough to truly combat the physical decline that becomes so prevalent. The epidemic here is that many men unknowingly stop challenging their bodies in ways that maintain strength, balance, and bone density. They might walk daily, but they're missing out on the crucial element of resistance. This leads to something called sarcopenia, which is a fancy word for age-related muscle loss. It's a silent thief, gradually stealing your strength, making everyday tasks feel heavier, reducing your energy, and increasing your risk of falls. You might notice getting up from a chair takes a bit more effort, or carrying groceries feels like a major chore, and you attribute it to just being old. But it's often a direct result of not consistently engaging your muscles against resistance. The truth is, your body responds incredibly well to challenge, even into your later years. We're not talking about becoming a bodybuilder overnight. We're talking about purposeful movement that stimulates your muscles to stay strong and responsive. Think about it: every time you stand up, lift something, or push open a door, you're using muscle. When that muscle weakens, your quality of life dwindles. So, what's the actionable step here? It's incorporating some form of resistance training into your routine a few times a week. This doesn't mean hitting the gym for heavy deadlifts if that's not your thing. It means movements that make your muscles work. Start incredibly simple. Something as basic as sitting and standing from a sturdy chair, controlled and slow, several times in a row, or standing facing a wall and doing wall push-ups, pushing yourself away from the wall and gently letting yourself back. These are foundational. You could even use resistance bands, which are inexpensive and incredibly versatile. Loop one around your ankles for walking sideways to strengthen your hips, or use one to do rows by pulling it towards your chest. If you have light dumbbells, even cans of soup, you can do bicep curls or shoulder presses while sitting down. The goal is to feel your muscles working, to give them a reason to stay strong. Aim for 2 or 3 sessions a week, even just 15 or 20 minutes each time. The consistency is far more important than the intensity. Imagine being able to confidently pick up your grandchildren, carry your own luggage without strain, or simply feel more stable and less tired at the end of the day. A gentleman I know, a retired carpenter named Arthur, used to complain constantly about his back and knees. He'd walk, but that was it. When he started doing simple chair squats and using light resistance bands for his arms and shoulders, he noticed a difference within weeks. He wasn't running marathons, but he found he could work in his garden for longer without pain, and the chronic fatigue that used to settle in by mid-afternoon started to lift. Muscle is metabolically active tissue, meaning it helps your body burn energy more efficiently, which directly translates to more personal energy for you. It also improves your balance, protecting you from falls that can have devastating consequences. So, don't just walk, challenge your muscles. It's a fundamental step towards reclaiming your physical power and vibrancy. But building a stronger body isn't just about what you lift. It's also profoundly about what you put into it. Which brings us to our next crucial habit. Now that we've talked about getting our bodies moving with purpose, let's shift our focus to something equally vital, something that many men over 60 often overlook, and that's the fuel we put into our bodies, specifically protein. This is another part of the silent epidemic, because while everyone knows protein is important, older men frequently underestimate just how much they need and how crucial it is, especially as their appetite might naturally decrease. You see, protein isn't just for building bulging muscles. It's the fundamental building block for practically everything in your body. Your muscles, bones, skin, hair, hormones, and even the chemicals in your brain that influence your mood and memory. When you don't get enough protein, your body starts to break down its own muscle tissue to get what it needs, accelerating the sarcopenia we just discussed, leading to a constant feeling of tiredness, slower recovery from even minor exertions, and a compromised immune system. You might feel perpetually drained, or notice that small cuts take longer to heal. And it's all connected to this often unrecognized protein deficit. The actionable step here is to be intentional about getting enough protein at every meal. Instead of just thinking about total calories, think about your protein intake. For men over 60, aiming for around 25 to 30 grams of high-quality protein at each main meal is a fantastic goal. This might sound like a lot, but it's quite achievable with some simple adjustments. For breakfast, instead of just toast or cereal, consider adding eggs, a scoop of protein powder to your oats or a smoothie, or a generous serving of Greek yogurt. At lunch and dinner, make sure a good portion of your plate is lean meat. Fish, poultry, beans, or lentils, a chicken breast, a piece of salmon, or a cup of cooked lentils are all excellent sources. Think about John, who used to have toast and coffee for breakfast and a sandwich for lunch. He felt sluggish by mid-afternoon when he switched to eggs and a small amount of Greek yogurt in the morning and added a handful of chickpeas to his salad at lunch. His energy levels stabilized, and he felt more satisfied after meals, which also helped him avoid unhealthy snacking. Protein helps to regulate your blood sugar, preventing those sharp energy crashes that can leave you feeling foggy and irritable. It's about giving your body the raw materials it needs to repair, rebuild, and keep you feeling strong and vibrant from the inside out. Now that we've considered how we move and what we eat, let's talk about a third, equally critical piece of the puzzle: sleep. The epidemic here is that many men over 60 accept poor sleep as a normal part of getting older. "Oh, I just don't sleep as well as I used to," is a common refrain. But this isn't just an inconvenience. Chronic poor sleep fuels fatigue, accelerates cognitive decline, exacerbates mood issues, and hinders your body's ability to repair itself. Your brain doesn't just rest when you sleep. It's incredibly active, consolidating memories, processing information, and literally cleaning out waste products that build up during the day. If you're not getting quality, deep sleep, you're missing out on this vital nightly reset, leaving you feeling perpetually foggy, irritable, and less sharp. So, How do we master this midnight recharge? It starts with consistency. Try to go to bed and wake up around the same time every day, even on weekends. Your body thrives on routine. Next, create a sleep sanctuary. Your bedroom should be cool, dark, and quiet. Block out any light. Consider earplugs if noise is an issue, and make sure the temperature is comfortable. Perhaps the most impactful change you can make is to establish a wind-down routine in the hour before bed. This means no screens, no TV, no phone, no tablet. The blue light from these devices can interfere with your body's production of melatonin, the hormone that tells your body it's time to sleep. Instead, try reading a physical book, listening to calm music, doing some gentle stretches, or simply having a quiet conversation. Also, be mindful of what you consume later in the day. Limit caffeine intake, especially after lunchtime, and be aware that while alcohol might make you feel drowsy, it actually disrupts the quality of your sleep, preventing you from getting the deep, restorative cycles you need. Think about Mark, who used to watch news right up until he closed his eyes. He'd wake up feeling drained. When he started reading for 30 minutes before bed instead, he found he fell asleep faster and woke up feeling significantly more refreshed, with a clarity of mind he hadn't experienced in years. Deep, restorative sleep isn't a luxury. It's a non-negotiable cornerstone of energy, mental sharpness, and emotional well-being. Finally, let's address an often unseen but deeply impactful part of this 60-year-old male epidemic: the silent struggle with connection and purpose. After retirement, or as social circles naturally change, many men find themselves feeling isolated, lonely, or struggling to find a new sense of meaning. This isn't just about feeling a bit sad. Chronic loneliness is a health risk comparable to smoking and obesity. It impacts your physical health, cognitive function, and even your lifespan. The epidemic here is that men, perhaps more than women, are often less likely to talk about these feelings, internalizing them as a personal failing rather than a widespread challenge. They might have had their identity tied to their career or a specific role, and when that's gone, a void can be left behind. Humans are fundamentally social creatures. We thrive on belonging, on contributing, and on having a reason to get up in the morning that extends beyond just ourselves. So, the actionable step here is to actively cultivate connection and purpose. This isn't something that will just happen. You often have to seek it out. Think about joining a club or a group that aligns with your interests, whether it's a book club, a walking group, a gardening club, or even a local community service organization. Volunteering can be incredibly rewarding, offering a profound sense of purpose and connecting you with like-minded people. Perhaps you could rekindle old friendships that have drifted, or make an effort to connect with your neighbors. Mentoring someone younger, sharing your wisdom and experience, can also be a powerful way to feel relevant and valued. Consider Alan, a retired engineer who felt adrift after leaving work. He started volunteering at a local charity, helping them with their logistics. Not only did he find a renewed sense of purpose and utility, but he also formed strong friendships with other volunteers, rediscovering joy and laughter he thought he'd lost. Social interaction stimulates your brain, reduces stress, and provides a crucial emotional support network. Having a purpose, something meaningful to engage with, gives direction to your days and combats feelings of apathy and emptiness. It's about building a life that feels rich, connected, and full of reasons to wake up excited each day. We've explored several powerful keys to tackling this often unseen epidemic among men over 60, strengthening your body through intentional, purposeful movement, fueling it with the right amount of high-quality protein, recharging your mind and spirit with quality, deep sleep, and nourishing your very soul through connection and a renewed sense of purpose. Each of these habits, taken individually, can make a profound difference. But when woven together, they create a tapestry of well-being that can truly transform your life. Remember, this isn't about becoming someone you're not, or about impossible demands that leave you feeling overwhelmed. It's about taking small, consistent steps, one foot in front of the other, day by day. It's about honoring the incredible wisdom you've gained over 6 decades and applying it to living your most vibrant, fulfilling life right now. And here's the crucial, often surprising, final piece that underpins all of this. The element that makes all these habits stick and flourish, it's the power of your mindset and belief. The epidemic thrives on the belief that decline is an inevitable, unchangeable part of aging. We're constantly bombarded with messages that suggest we should slow down, wind down, and simply accept diminishing returns. But what if you challenge that notion? What if you truly believed, deep down, that you still have immense capacity for growth, for strength, for learning, and for joy? The most powerful change often begins with an internal switch, a decision to reject the limiting beliefs that hold so many back. When you embrace the mindset that you are capable of improving, that your body and mind are incredibly resilient, and that your later years can be your best years, everything else becomes easier. It's the belief that fuels the effort, the determination that overcomes the occasional setback, and the optimism that keeps you moving forward. So, how do you cultivate this powerful mindset? Start by practicing gratitude daily. Take a moment each morning or evening to reflect on 3 things you are genuinely grateful for. This shifts your focus from what might be lacking to what is abundant. Reframe negative self-talk. When you catch yourself thinking, "I'm too old for this," or "I can't do that anymore," consciously challenge that thought. Replace it with, "What if I tried?" or "How can I adapt this?" Focus on what you can do, not what you can't. Celebrate every small win, whether it's doing 1 more chair squat, choosing a protein-rich snack, or getting an extra hour of good sleep. These small victories build momentum and reinforce your belief in yourself. Look at stories of others who are thriving in their 60s, 70s, and beyond, learning new skills, starting new ventures, staying incredibly active. Let their stories inspire you, not intimidate you. This shift in perspective is the secret ingredient that binds all the other healthy habits together, giving you the mental fortitude to stick with them and truly enjoy the process. This is your time to rewrite the narrative, to redefine what it means to be a man over 60. It's not about fighting age, it's about embracing it with strength, clarity, and purpose. What resonated most with you today? What one small change are you truly ready to make? Starting right now. Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your story could be the spark that inspires someone else. If you found value in this conversation and believe it can help others, please hit that like button to help this message reach more men who need to hear it. And if you want more insights and practical advice to help you thrive at every age, subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell so you don't miss a thing. You have so much life left to live, so much wisdom to share, and so much joy to experience. Step into it. Live your best life, not despite your age, but because of the incredible journey that has brought you here. Until next time, stay strong, stay curious, and keep living fully.